when you speak about, the wealth today relative to the wealth 200 years ago, or the dialect thereof, I'm reminded of Steven Pinker's Enlightenment Now. He phrases it quite differently in there. He says that 200 years ago, 90% of the population lived below the poverty line, as defined by the World Bank today, as I think $1 or so a day. And obviously, you can understand that because there was a feudal system in place, and even before then, yet more oppressive systems. But when you fast forward to today, 200 years from then, the situation is completely reversed. 90% of the population today live above the poverty line and only 10% live below it. Now, of course, that 10% is still a staggering number, and of course, something must be done about it. But we must be able to look objectively at the facts and realize that actually the improvement that we've made is quite significant. So just maybe to the point that you've made about monopoly and settlers of Catan, probably should have started on this point, but thanks Timo for raising it. So when I was reading that, I of course was thinking a lot about not only the economy more broadly, but to certain facets of the economy. So when I think about the stock market, for example, I'm not sure if that same monopoly settlers of Catan anecdote will work. Would the stock market be a spanner in the works of that explanation, or is it built into the explanation that you give?
Well, no, I certainly think it's a settlers of Catan story rather than a monopoly story. But sure, they are. You can sell at the wrong time and or buy high and sell low, or sell low and buy high, and that seems to be more like a zero-sum game. But remember, if you just look at the long run of the stock market, it's created so much wealth over the 20th century, right? So, I mean, a great example is like, the two funds that established Stellenbosch University, right? One of them, the donor said you are only allowed to buy government bonds, and the donor said you can buy stock as well. And that fund, the bonds one, it was 200,000 pounds, I think initially. It's now, I don't know, so let's say 30 million rand. The other one was also 200,000 pounds, but that's now above 1 billion rand, right? So the kind of wealth that was created by the stock market in terms of mining stock, and then later obviously manufacturing kind of firms, and now more like services and NASPERS and these kind of things, it's just far superior to anything that you could have invested in over the 20th century. So it's created all this kind of wealth. But sure, if you're a day trader and you buy and sell and you hope to make a little bit of a profit, then it's going to seem more like the stock market is a zero-sum game. Because if you're a stock trader and you win a little bit today, then presumably someone had lost a little bit. But if you're an investor and you buy now and you sell again in 20 years, it's going to be it's a positive sum game. You're going to make money over that term if you buy an index fund, for example. And I think that's really it's a reflection, right? So it's not the stock market itself that creates the money. It's firms that you invest in, and that those firms, they use that capital to invest and expand and so forth. So as long as that process is allowed to continue, then the investors in those firms will see the dividends and the returns.
Thanks.